Presenting my post-draw Champions League knockout bracket. It is, I gotta be kind of quiet here, so mind the voice a little bit. PSG against Liverpool. Liverpool gonna have zero problems. Club Brugge and Villa is gonna be interesting. Club Brugge have the former Liverpool keeper. I think the former Liverpool keeper is gonna play against Liverpool, so I'm gonna go Club Brugge in an upset. Arsenal gonna beat PSV. Madrid derby. Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. It is Arteta that's going to head back to Real Madrid, but ultimately I'm going to go with Odegaard facing off against his former side in the quarterfinal. Barcelona on the easy side, the easier side of the bracket, no surprise. Bankrupt Barcelona is going to go to the final, and they're going to play against Dortmund in the quarterfinal. They're having a terrible year, so this is a cakewalk to the semifinal if you are Barcelona. Real Madrid to defeat Arsenal, and Liverpool against Real Madrid in the revenge for Liverpool over Real Madrid, and Salah is on his way to winning Ballon d'Or. Go Feyenoord. Hopefully we see Feyenoord Barcelona part 2, but ultimately I hope Feyenoord win, by the way. Go Feyenoord, but could we see an upset in the German, not the German classic, but Leverkusen knocked out Bayern from the German Cup, so this could be a little bit of revenge for Bayern. This is a big boys competition. This is what the Champions League is. The overrated Schinter, an overrated, overhyped team, one of the most overrated teams in Europe. You have not knocked out a Bayern or a City or a Liverpool or a Barcelona or a Real Madrid. This core of players that have not knocked out an elite side in Europe. I mean, this is not Juventus. Juventus knocked out Mbappe in Monaco. We knocked out Real Madrid and Ronaldo in the semifinal in 2015. Juventus knocked out Barcelona in the quarterfinals. Schinter overrated. They don't have any knockout win over an elite side. So Bayern going to easily destroy Schinter. Big boy against big boy team. Salah embarks on his Ballon d'Or journey. The former Barcelona striker Lewandowski and the former Barcelona striker, the manager, his name is Hansi Flick, is going to defeat Bayern Munich in Barcelona-Liverpool final. So they think Salah is going to win the final, but the Golden Boy is going to win the final. The future of UEFA is Lamine Yamal. Barcelona over Liverpool in the final. And how does the 36-team format relate to the first winner under this format? Can be explained through the lens of Gematria. And so let's start out with the defending champion, Real Madrid, defending a title under the 36-team format. I am soon about to go to bed, to go back to sleep. I think the draw was interesting. I think Madrid derby, no win for Real Madrid over Atletico, no win for Bayern over Leverkusen this year. The Champions League, though, is a big boys competition, so that's what's... with the storyline of the former Bayern coach and the former Bayern striker, I'm just not seeing a Leverkusen win over München. I think Liverpool have got to beat Real Madrid this time around. But Real's 36 team format. Lamin's Gamache, 36 teams. 35 teams would fail to win Champions League. Barcelona's 34 teams would fail to make it to the final. The Reds is Gamache, 34. So just kind of making sense of the finalists, the winner of the Champions League under this 36 team format. And got to keep in mind, former Liverpool keeper of Club Brugge, so Aston Villa to get upset. Yes, Juventus have not had a good second leg, unfortunately. But ultimately, Arsenal are going to get dumped out by Real Madrid. The European pedigree of Liverpool is going to come through. Shinter are crap. Bayern going to destroy them. They're overrated. This team is overrated. Barcelona have an easy run to the semifinal. The Barcelona have no competition until they go up against Bayern Munich. But this is a big boys competition. This is not a romantic competition of upsets. The only one I see is Club Brugge. Arsenal are not experienced. Real Madrid are Real Madrid. People be hyping up El Clasico in the semifinal, but it's not going to happen. Just think back to 2014, 2015. Everyone was ready to pencil in Ronaldo against Messi, Real Madrid, Barcelona, El Clasico. What happened? Juventus denied the final between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Juventus and Buffon and Pirlo returned to the stadium where they won the World Cup. And ultimately, a Ballon d'Or season for Mohamed Salah. In my view, no American owner is going to win this Champions League during Donald Trump's term. We've seen Canada win the Hockey Classic, fight back against Donald Trump, and no American owner is going to win. And so teams with American owners are going to get screwed. I'm looking at you, Shinter. I'm looking at Liverpool. Arsenal don't need any conspiracy. They just suck in Europe all around. They don't have to need any outside influence at all. Arsenal are just... They don't have the experience in Europe, and, they only had one knockout competition under this current group of players. And Shinter, they just haven't beaten the Liverpool or Real Madrid or Barcelona or Real Madrid in the knockout stage of the competition. The only teams they've beat was literally Benfica and Porto and an overrated Milan team. The Shinter team had one of the easiest cupcake rides to the final that we will ever see, because this club was bankrupt under the Chinese ownership, and not even a run to the Champions League final could save Shinter. But Barcelona have had to activate levers. And under my previous pre-draw knockout brackets, I've had Barcelona on the easy side of the bracket. Because Barcelona could not be on that side of the bracket because that Hansi Flick and Lewandowski against Bayern Munich storyline's got to come through. And ultimately, what's going to work against Liverpool? You can't make Jurgen Klopp look that bad. So yes, Slot beats Real Madrid, and Jurgen Klopp couldn't beat Real Madrid, I think, in 4 times. 2 times in the final, and 2 times in, one was in the round of 16, the other time in the quarterfinal. Slot does beat Real Madrid, but this is in Mohamed Salah's, his Ballon d'Or year. But ultimately, Liverpool will not win the final. Barcelona and Golden Boy Yamal are going to win the final. Now, for the record, I don't really like Barcelona because they pay referees and they screwed Pogba out of a penalty in the 2015 final. Forza Juventus. No one deserves it more than Buffon. But Barcelona, Yamal's the Golden Boy. This is the guy who you have to go with. You have to go with the former Bayern manager, in the former Bayern striker, You have to go with these guys you see at Bayern Stadium because Lewandowski and Hansi Flick, they used to play for Bayern, they used to coach Bayern. Now they get to win the final at Bayern's stadium. So can Bayern Munich play another home final at Munich like they played against Chelsea in 2013? They're going to get denied by Barcelona. Liverpool are going to lose again. La Liga. And by the way, it's just on a whole other level. It will not surprise me to see Barcelona, Athletic Bilbao, UEFA Cup. These teams like United and Tottenham are terrible this year. Bilbao have got Nico Williams. His team is good. I think La Liga is on a whole other level. I think, it's been over 20 years since the Serie A won the Europa League. It's going to be hard to see Lazio winning it. Bilbao won the Spanish Cup last year, the Copa del Rey. Bilbao, Barcelona, UEFA Cup. Man United are crap. In Tottenham, well, they're Tottenham. I think this is I think the UEFA Europa League. I think with this Bilbao team can defend. They are really, really, really tough to break down. Barcelona in the high line. Well, Dortmund are crap. Benfica in the Portuguese league is crap. Sporting got destroyed by Dortmund. And Porto lost by 2 goals against Roma. Roma are not even among the best of the Serie A this year. So Barcelona do indeed have an easy ride to the final. And Bayern Munich are worse compared to last year's Bayern team. I think Barcelona avoiding Arsenal, avoid Real Madrid, avoiding Liverpool. This Barcelona team's got an easy ride to the final, and it comes down to finances for Barcelona. UEFA takes care of its other organizations. Tottenham made it to the final, have to pay for a stadium. Arsenal made it to the final, have to pay for a stadium. Real Madrid, new stadium, the renovation to the Bernabeu, 1-2 finals. Barcelona renovating the Camp Nou, boom, in the final. Barcelona usually going to play in the final because and Juventus built the new Juventus Stadium. Juventus made it to 2 Champions League finals. So UEFA has a history of taking care of these clubs who are paying for new stadiums or having finance problems. We're talking about Inter in the Suning group owned Inter. They had struggled to keep the team. And UEFA gave Shinter a very easy draw. So you got to understand, these kind of things are kind of normal as UEFA looks out for its other member clubs who need help financing stadiums, who need help financing due to fears of bankruptcy. That's just what UEFA has a knack of doing. We'll see if Real Madrid and Atletico an upset. Atletico Madrid are certainly capable. I'm not going to rule out any upset, but based off of the storyline of Odegaard, former Real Madrid player, I got to see Odegaard against Real Madrid. This is what I'm seeing Real Madrid. I mean, Mbappe could have signed with Arsenal. Arsene Wenger visited him. This kind of thing. Club Brugge, again, the goalkeeper used to be the Liverpool goalkeeper. Liverpool Villa would be a great match. Liverpool and Villa ended 2-2. It was a draw. Liverpool, Emiliano Martinez, that'd be a great match, but I'm just going to go with the battering of Atalanta, the Europa champion. Club Brugge played a very tough match against Messi and PSG a couple years ago. I got to go with an upset, with a upset. That upset happens to be Club Brugge. But you know what's happening on the other side of the bracket? That Lewandowski, Hansi Flick. I know they met in the group. I understand they met in the group. But they're going to meet again in the knockout. I don't like Liverpool because they murdered our fans. They murdered Juventus fans. They murdered the Juventus fans. This was the Hazel Stadium collapse. But gotta go with the narrative. Salah's having the Ballon d'Or year. Liverpool gonna make it to the final. But ultimately, with Donald Trump's tariff, trade war, and his sympathizing with an authoritarian dictator oligarchic regime of Russia, Europe is not happy with America. UEFA is a European organization. American owners gonna have a tough time during Donald Trump's term. So this is good news if you're owner of Bayern Munich, of Barcelona, of Real Madrid. And Man City are not owned by an American, but I believe they're not going to win anything. Atletico Madrid are, yeah, the Spanish clubs are owned by their fan societies, aren't they? Arsenal, American owner, but it's not like they need any conspiracy to stop that team from winning Champions League. They're not good to begin with, but the Arsenal need like some experience. They need like a 3 to 5 year experience of in the Champions League knockouts. If Arsenal make it to the quarterfinal again, but maybe there will come a time when the experience of Arsenal, they're gonna know how to get through that quarterfinal. They were 1 goal short against Bayern last year. So, but Real Madrid are stronger than Bayern from last year. This is just how I see it. This is the bracket. Of course, anything could happen. Inter played Leverkusen. Leverkusen won 1-0. 90th minute goal in that group stage match. A Feyenoord Bayern match would be a dream, obviously, but Inter and Lautaro Martinez, big names, big brands, UEFA money's gonna talk. Just Bayern Inter or Bayern Feyenoord, just the referees are gonna help Inter beat Feyenoord if it comes down to it. I hope Feyenoord win, but Inter gonna get battered by Barcelona. They're going to get battered by Bayern, excuse me. Now that's one team that's not winning Champions League. You need to look at Liverpool and Real Madrid and Barcelona. Even though Bayern have had a tough stretch, Bayern Munich to defeat Inter. They're overrated. Jamal against Salah. This is the matchup. Real Madrid would be a great narrative, Mbappe against Lamine Yamal, but Messi and Barcelona against Ronaldo and Real Madrid would have been a great storyline in 2015, but the hidden narrative of 2015 was Buffon and Pirlo to return to the same site where they won the World Cup with Italia over France in 2006. So that is history, is Buffon and Pirlo returning to the same place where they won the World Cup. So that was the actual script back in 2015. This year, we just happened to go with Salah in his Ballon d'Or campaign. Salah in his Ballon d'Or campaign to make it to the bottle. And so leave your thoughts and tell me what your bracket predictions are in the comments. Let me get back to bed. It is 4:44 a.m. Good night. Hopefully Inter get battered by Bayern. They're capable of losing against Feyenoord, but anyone who thinks Inter's gonna win, you guys are deluded. You guys are delusional. And no Italian team is capable of winning Champions League. You guys couldn't beat Atletico last year. And this is over for Inter. It is over for you guys. It's over. You guys had the easiest ride to the final ever. Now, one team that's definitely not making it to the final is Inter. Let's make that clear. The last Italian team to represent the Champions League well was Juventus. They're the last team to defeat Atletico and Real Madrid and Barcelona in the knockouts. These other pretenders like Milan and Inter that keep barking, that keep chat. You guys have easy draws. Milan against Tottenham and against a Napoli that they're familiar with in the Campionato in Inter, Benfica in Porto. These teams are easy. These teams are easy. This team is nothing in the Champions League. Nothing. You lost to Atletico. You lost to Atletico. Anybody who thinks Inter's gonna win, you guys are delusional. And I speak facts. They have not knocked out a Liverpool, a Barcelona, a Real Madrid, a Bayern Munich in the knockout. That's one team that has zero chance of winning. Zero.